What's up, everybody? How you been? It's been a little while. I'm back. I have some things on my mind that I want to talk about. So what better way to deal with that than to talk to my computer like a crazy person? I have come to a lot of realizations from the beginning of my transition to where I'm at now. And some of those realizations are good, some are bad, what have you. One of the recent ones that I have come to is the fact that a lot of trans guys are ridiculous. I cannot relate to them and I cannot be friends with them. There's a lot of judgment based on appearance in the trans community, which makes no sense to me. There is a lot of cis-presenting negativity, and I hate to break it to everybody, but that is what we are all trying to do. As trans people, we are trying to present to the world as cis human beings to make it easier for us in society. And if you think differently, then what is the point in you buying your binder or your packer or trying to fit into what society says masculine looks like? If that was the case, you wouldn't feel the need to take tea. You wouldn't feel the need to buy a binder. You wouldn't feel the need to buy a packer or an STP. And all the dysphoria you feel wouldn't exist because you, as you were perfectly fine. And nothing was out of alignment. But as a trans individual, you are transitioning simply for the fact that you want to align things. And aligning things, yes, our society may be backwards. And cis-passing human beings may have a little bit of an easier time and be more represented in this community than non-cis passing people. And no, not everybody passes as cis. And a lot of people may say that this is me, a cis passing trans guy who is in pretty good shape, as me complaining about people like me being represented. I get that our community does not represent the entirety and that we all look different and we're built differently. But what blows my mind is how we as a community can sit here and question our gender identity from a young age, grow up watching some of these people that we now complain about on YouTube in order to figure ourselves out. And then once we get comfortable accepting our gender identity, because they are the quote-unquote faces of our community, it's all of a sudden bad because the only representation we have is cis-passing, white, fit men. Yes, as a trans person of color, I understand that we need more representation of people of color. We need more representation of people of all shapes and sizes because men, cis men, trans men, cis women, trans women, gender fluid, come in all different shapes, sizes, and everything. But you cannot take away the fact that because of the people that you are complaining about, people are becoming more open to the idea of us existing in the world. Because of those people and their activism and them being visible and being what society deems as normal is making it more normal for you to be exactly who you are. I get that their body type does not reflect your body type, but that is going to be what real world looks like. You are not going to present the same as everybody. And I'm sorry that in this society, attractive, muscular, fit people are what gets looked at as normal and what gets praised. That is how society is. And I'm not saying to limit activism to get that to change, but you cannot put down these people simply for that fact. A lot of the people that everybody is complaining about have worked so hard to get where they are. And just because you are cis-passing and heteronormative in this trans community does not make your struggle any less of a struggle. It doesn't make you being trans any easier than it does some guy on the street that is a nobody. It doesn't make you any different. It doesn't make you less trans, and it doesn't make you less worth being appreciated by your community. How, as a community, can we look at these people and say, thank you for what you have done in the past, but the fact that we're only seeing you and everything that you've done for this community and everything that you've helped progress in this society that we live in today, that's all great, but I'm sick of seeing you. So can you just disappear now because you don't look like me? Or, I'm sorry, I don't look like you. If you really have that big of a problem with them and them being proud of who they are for the first time in some of these people's lives, being proud of their bodies and who they are and the fact that they are attractive people, then you need to go out there and do something to change it instead of sitting at your computer and complaining about how that is the face of this community. They are proud of who they are. And you should be too, whether you look like them or you don't. Every single type of human being comes in every single different type of person. Nobody is the same. And the fact that as transgender individuals who experience dysphoria, how you can tell somebody who is body positive, finally, that it is not right for them to be body positive, and that it is not right for them to show off something that a lot of people paid a lot of money for their top surgery. And if these guys want to go out and take shirtless pictures, let them. It's not your life. I hate to break it to you, but you do not control them. And they, frankly, as you can tell, don't care. But the rest of us do. Because you make us look bad. Simple as that. You make us look bad by putting down others in the same struggle as you. And that's what gets me. As a community, we need to stick together and work to make a change. Instead of separating ourselves because Aiden Dowling is the face of our community. I'm sorry, Aiden Dowling has done so much for this community. How anybody can put him down is really a shame. Sometimes does it get a little bit too much to see just his face plastered all over everywhere? Yes, because there are trans men of color of all shapes and sizes. There are trans men who are not fit and will never be fit. There are disabled trans people. There are people who naturally transition. There are all types. But the fact that his activism and his being openly out and trans has made such strides for us to the cisgendered community, and how you can put that down, because him doing this is allowing you to be who you are. His body type may not represent yours, but we will get there. You have to fight to make that. You don't have to fight to bring him down or bring any of his friends down off the high stools they're on, because they deserve it. They have worked hard and for years to get to the platforms that they're at. And if you have a problem with that, work to make your platform where they are. None of them got handed this overnight, and they all started where we are. I don't get it. And if you think I'm wrong because I don't understand that, then I don't care. But the fact that that picture, and if you are in the trans community, you know what picture I'm talking about. I don't even need to post it anywhere. If you're in the cis community and you have no idea, there was a picture posted at the Philadelphia Trans Health Conference from this weekend, and people are going crazy. It's ridiculous, and I cannot stand it. And this is why I refuse to associate myself into trans-centered events, because I cannot deal with the cattiness, and I cannot deal with the pettiness and the drama. Let people live their lives. We are trying to get everybody to understand that we just want to live our lives and be normal. How, at a conference that is based on us, can there be so much negativity coming from it? It's ridiculous. Grow up. If this is really going to tear into people the way that it did, there's really no hope for us to ever have the rights that we want in this world. It's just not going to happen. And I'm sorry that that's the harsh reality. In this society right now, cisgendered, heteronormative people are what is seen as accepted. And once that gets broken down, the umbrella will get expanded. But there are fights in place that are happening right now that are trying to change that. But you and your friends tearing down these people who are doing so many good things and are being strong activists in our community, it's backwards. And you're making our community regress about 50 years. And if you don't see that you're part of the problem, then I don't know what to tell you. I'll see you later.